Hi guys, welcome back to Pointy Not Sharp. This is a post I've been meaning to make for a little while, and essentially I'm just going to be addressing all of the scammers that have been popping up in all of the Facebook groups recently, particularly the Facebook groups. So if you're not across it, there's a whole lot of groups on Facebook for buying, selling, and swapping militaria, particularly, well, bayonets obviously, because that's what I focus on. And a couple of the groups aren't admined terribly well, and as a result, they're just rife with scammers. And every second day, you're seeing someone make a post saying they've been ripped off by someone. And I sort of made it my life's work on the side of this to start digging into every sales post I see on some of these and figure out who is and isn't a scammer and expose them when I can and get them banned. I've had a fair bit of fun with it, and usually when I comment in the comment section that they're a scammer, you never hear anything from them. The ad disappears pretty quick. They never ever reply. But today, I added another one, and well, he was up for a nice little fight. He wanted to fight it out, and he did not win. So I won't say which particular group it is because I don't want to be unfair to the admins. I'm sure they're probably trying their best. Maybe they're just not too tech savvy. But I did message the admins for this particular group, and they are going to up their process shortly. It's going to make it a lot more stringent. But this guy put an ad up for a Swedish Mauser model of 1896. He's asking $200 plus shipping, which is ludicrous for one of them. But hey, you can sell your own property for whatever you want. Well, you can if you have the property. This guy doesn't. Now, I clicked on this guy's profile, and immediately there are a couple of red flags. He looks like a freaking model. All his photos are just amazing. And he's only got like one like on each one. So it's obviously stolen photos from someone else's profile. And then I scroll down his posts. I go a couple of years back and I click on them. Go to the posts that do have a few more likes. And I look at who's liking these videos and these photos. And every single person is from a small town in Nigeria. So this guy's claiming to be from the US and living out of Houston, Texas, from Irvine, California. Yet every single person he knows is from a small town in Nigeria. So I'm thinking, yeah, this guy clearly lying about who he is. Then I saw the claim to work for the US Army, and as I was scrolling through, I saw a photo of him in a US Air Force uniform. Now, the US Air Force uniform had quite a few stripes on the arm there. I'm not familiar with Air Force ranks, so some kind of sergeant-y rank there. But he's clearly not in the Army, and no one's been in the Air Force that long, accumulated that much rank and transferred across to the Army. It just does not happen. At least not that I've ever come across. So by this point, I'm pretty much 100% certain he's a scammer. I've clicked on the photo and I've seen they're a little bit blurry, which is usually an indication that it's a downloaded photo or a screenshot or something like that. It's not an original photo. Now, this particular group, nearly every post for the last week has been a scammer. So I've just chucked a comment in the section, looks like another scammer. And then lo and behold, he replied. And I got the shock of my life because they never, ever reply. And he said, please don't call me a scammer. It's really not nice to accuse someone of what you're not sure of. When calling people out, please include some screenshots so the rest of the group can make their own decisions rather than just calling someone a scammer without proof. And I thought, that's reasonable. Maybe I've misjudged this guy. No one's ever replied to me before. Then he went on to say, I don't do deals with people who show signs of being skeptical. How would you like it if it was done to you? Or I see your post and boom, you're a scammer. Some people don't know the definition of a scammer, or you know how to properly identify one. Post your evidence and let everyone make their own opinion. That was a challenge if I ever heard one. Asked me to post evidence. So I replied, you claim to be in the Army, but have photos in Air Force uniform. No serviceman is making that mistake. And he's replied pretty quickly with, well, it doesn't matter what I put on my profile. I have my reasons, and it's none of your business. Besides, I see no reason why you should be making all these accusations. This looks like an envy attack to me. While this is going on, I'm still looking in the background, and then I found a Picklick ad using the same photos and the same description as what he had. So what I did was I took the description of his item. He had a little bit of rubbish at the start and the end of it. I deleted that and I did a Google search and the ad came straight up. He just copied the text and the photos and put the post straight in there. I sent a message straight through to that seller and I asked him if he was making a Facebook post as well to sell the item. And while he was replying to me, I was probably a little gung-ho with this, so maybe I should have waited for a reply first, but I said, you aren't stealing from anyone here. I found the photos you stole from online. He replied, you think I stole them? And I said, if you post a photo of the item with a handwritten note with your name, date, and price on it, I'll believe you have the item. So that's a pretty safe practice. If someone is putting a handwritten note next to the item with name, date, and price on it, it's a pretty safe bet that they have it in their possession and they're not just using stock photos from the internet. Anyway, I went back up to the main comment section out of the subthread and I posted the link to the Picklick ad. So as he said, what was it? Post your evidence and let everyone make their own opinion. So I did. I posted that link and he replied, I can see you did your homework. For your info, this listing belongs to us. This is the last of it, so I decided to bring it up here on Facebook for a quick sale. So try again, and I think you should go harder this time. So I just outright said, well, I messaged the seller. If you reply there, I will believe you. So when I message the seller, if that seller says, yes, I have this Facebook post, I will back down, egg all over my face, and be prepared to apologize, I guess. Probably went a bit harder than I probably should have. And he said, that's your business, so figure it out yourself. The guy who was selling the item on eBay then reached out to me and said, hello, yes, this is my bayonet listed on our site. The scammer used our pictures and most of our description. He gave me an item number. He said, we sell to Australia many times a year. Nice work, you just saved someone a real headache. They need to be reported immediately. We do not have any Facebook listings at all. I do not know how you figured that out. Thanks for looking out for the good of mankind. God save Australia. I'm going to withhold his name at his request and we're just going to call him Cool Seller. So I then went back to the Facebook group and just to make it clear to anyone who is considering messaging this absolute scumbag, I wrote another comment, just all caps, just scammer, 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 so everyone is aware straight away. I confirmed with the actual seller that they are not selling on Facebook. By this stage, I'd reported the post to an admin, half hour ago, and by that stage, I think the admin had finally caught up, and the post was removed very shortly after. He might have removed it himself, I don't know. They had a little bit more of a conversation with the cool seller on eBay. He was a really cool guy, actually. He said, you can tell this sociopath I have the serial numbers, proof of purchase, actual item in my possession with pictures, and the history to back it up. You can say that the owner is now involved and will contact the authorities. Not that that's really going to do any good when he's in Nigeria. We will file a criminal investigation if it is not removed from his site. He most likely did this before. Wow, nice work. And he gave me a little bit more after that. He just kept writing. Was awesome guy. Hello, thanks for your help. Someone was saved by your actions. We are always looking to buy World War I era bayonets with Australia marks on swords. Tried to get me to start looking at his website and stuff. And then down the end, a few times customs stopped their transactions from coming to your country. Keep in touch. Thanks again. God save Australia. Very nice guy. Now, I reached out to the admin from the group, and yeah, the guy was removed from the group. And I actually thought it'd be fun. I tried private messaging him. I sent him a message and just said, listen, I'm genuinely interested. How much money do you make from this? I'm not trying to take the piss out of you or anything like this, or words to those effect, but as of today, he still hasn't replied, so no joy. But that's really the end of the story, or so far. But anyway, to go into a bit of depth as to how I spot the scammers, I do profile them a little bit. It's not always correct. I may make a mistake from time to time. I haven't made a mistake yet, but that's one way to do it, and it seems pretty damn effective because there don't seem to be too many bayonets actually coming out of Nigeria, not like Ethiopia. Just remember, guys, if you are uncertain when you're buying from someone online, and I do buy from people online all the time. I've bought from people from Facebook, but I've always gotten confirmation from other people that they're a trusted seller first. I've always gotten a photo of the item with a handwritten note to prove that they have it. And I've always paid PayPal and never friends and family unless you actually know the person. So you've got to protect yourself. If you're not taking minimum precautions like that, it can be quite easy to get ripped off. And unfortunately, I had a mate get ripped off a couple of weeks ago. He's out of pocket about $1,000. He's only a young fella. So unfortunately, it does happen far too often. But if you have any other tips and tricks for spotting scammers, please comment below so we can all learn a thing or two. I'm happy to post all this information here because this is somewhere the scammers are probably not going to look. I'm hesitant to post it in the comment section of the actual scammers' posts because they're going to have access to that. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.